Today's studio topic is dress for success. Now we all know, at least I hope we all know, that a first impression is made within 3 seconds of meeting someone, and this is based on your demeanor, your body language, your handshake, and a lot of other qualities, but at the same time it's your image that really matters. In today's highly competitive job market, why take the risk of not looking your best? This is kind of the premise for our show today, and we really want to help you look your best. With us today to take us through the basics of how to dress for success is Barbara Nolman. Now, Barbara has 25 years of experience as a personal shopper. She has retail sales experience, and she's had experience with organizing fashion seminars and fashion shows. And we're delighted to have her with us. Come on out, Barbara. Thank you for joining us today on the Job Show. Tell me, Barbara, in your own words, how important is it really to dress the part when you're looking for job success?
It is very important. I'm always amazed that when I'm upstairs near any kind of an executive office, and that person walks in and says, "Do you have the job application form here?" That person comes in jeans.
Right.
I mean,
and that's a no-no.
What if that person is talking to a store manager or one of the other executives in the store?
Right. So actually, when you're looking for a job, you really almost always need to be prepared and looking good.
Even if you're going in to ask for the job application.
Right, right. So why don't you take us through your steps of what it takes to get in that frame of mind whereby you're totally conscious of how you look and why you want to look that way?
Some days I wish I could be a man, because the shopping for men are so much easier. Mm-hmm. What they do for men is they have all the departments set up by type. And so a man goes in, and if he needs a pant, the pants are all laid out there in a row.
Right.
And they're even laid out by waist measurement size.
And sometimes by color.
And by color. And then the shirts also are usually sized on a table, so it makes it pretty easy. If the man knows he's small, he goes to the small table. If he's medium, he goes to that table.
Right. I sometimes feel sorry for men because I think they have a limited wardrobe and choice, but in many ways they have it better because it's more structured and it's easier to get up in the morning and decide what you want to wear, right?
And I also think for men, what I like that they've done in the past years to make their body types easier, they actually cut shirts that are for slim men, shirts that are for regular size men, and then we have the full cut for the fuller men. So in some ways, their job is easier. When a woman goes in, we got all these departments that women can shop in, and a man, he's pretty lucky. He just goes to the men's department. Right. He says, "I'll stay here till I find things that work for me, and then I'm going to be done with my shopping." Right. So a couple of basic rules for men. Pants that I like to work with are your khakis, your blacks, and your navies. Why? Because they make men's shirts to go with all those colors. So it's not like you don't bring in this odd color and say to the salesman, "Can you help me find a color shirt that goes with this pant?" So it's much easier when you are a man. So I'm going to start with basic black, because we're both in black today. And this is a black cotton pleated pant. And the nice thing about this pant is if you have a tummy, the pleating camouflages any of that fullness. And then a nice basic belt that is reversible, black and brown, so you only have to buy one belt. And with that, I've actually brought in this beautiful stripe cotton shirt that has beautiful colors of your white, of your lavender, and of a little bit of a black line. And with it, I thought a nice printed tie would do instead of a stripe. And I think men just like it simple, clean, and nice. So this would be one look that could take them on interview number 1. Now they're called back, and oh my God, they must be so excited when they get that second call from the same employer. But they've already worn the black pant. I do not recommend using it again on second interview. Go to another color.
You think people really notice little things like that, Barbara?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think people that are interviewing notice it. Mm-hmm. So this is your basic khaki. Again, I brought a different style. It's a flat front. So for guys that have no tummy, this is a great fit. Okay, the braided belt, so it's a little sportier, not as dressy if you like. And then I brought something that's new today, the no wrinkle 100% cotton shirt, which is great. So guys, if you don't like to iron, you just wash this, put it on a permanent press cycle, hang it to dry, and you have very little ironing to do with this shirt, which has got to be a plus. And then a nice striped tie with this. And this look you can also do with a gray pant if gray is your desire on the bottom. So for men, it's pretty easy. Also, make sure you have your shoes shine, either brown or black, when you go for the interviews. My recommendation is lay your clothes out the night before, because in the morning, we all rush for interviews. Now with women, we have our different body types. We have petite, we have regular, and then we have women. And so with those three body types, within that, you have to be a smart dresser. Because I think everyone wants to give the elevation of looking taller when you go in for that interview. So let's talk about the petite figure. Okay, I'm going to pull this nice basic black pant. It's got a nice fly front, nice pocketing, and a nice extra feature for this is that this pant is fully lined. Okay, which means it's going to last a little longer shelf life sitting in your closet. We're going to have Jamie come out, and she's also wearing the basic black suit, which we can enhance with color. Okay, Jamie is wearing a classic jacket, button front, a nice lapel, but they also lined the jacket. And we did one of the new black and white wrap tie shirts. But camis are very big for spring, so I recommend, if you like a little cami, find one that blends with your outfit, and then just simple jewelry with this outfit to complete it.
Now Barbara, with a classic black suit, is it okay to have bright colors underneath, bright patterns that offset the plainness of the black suit? That's acceptable.
That's acceptable. Jamie's going to show us later how it looks when she comes out with the black jacket without the black and white. I think everybody should own a black suit because it's a basic.
It's a given.
And then you have it, and then you can update it each year with new little key pieces. And this is not wrap, but again, you're going to see a lot of black and white out for this season.
Very nice.
And it looks nice, and it has just a little ruffle detail, so you can leave that black jacket open. And Jamie is in the bright colored blue blouse. Now this blouse happens to be sleeveless, and I think we all know, watching our new First Lady, how big sleeveless is going to be this season. So if you feel comfortable wearing sleeveless, by all means put on that sleeveless blouse, because basically when you're sitting for the interview, your interviewer is not going to see that.
And then when you're done and running out the door and it's a nice day, you can take your jacket off.
You can take your jacket off. That's right. So it works both ways. So that's basic black for women, and again, a nice comfortable black shoe, and probably off black stockings look very professional. So what I did was I decided I would bring a pattern jacket. And again, it's classic. It's got a zipper. Basically, most of the patterning is going on in the center. And what I did was I pulled out one of the colors that's in the jacket. And then I decided I would pair it with the nutmeg pant, which looks very pretty with it. If you have a small waist, ladies, don't be afraid to add a belt. Or if you feel your waist is not where you want it to be, then go without the belt. And then this jersey ends at the waist, and it's straight. So you don't even have to just wear it on the outside of the pant, because the jacket's still going to come down over it. And for those of you ladies that are nice and thin this year, don't be afraid to accent this with cream. But then I would suggest at the neck to pull out some colors that are in your jacket, because then it gives you the total look.
Very nice.
In the retail business, they make two fabrics. One is called Luxel, which is a fabulous soft fabric, non-structured, because we're in structured jackets. And the other one is called Travel Allure merchandise. For ladies that are a little larger, I recommend that kind of merchandise.
Tell me, Barbara, over your many years, have you found that people who have a slightly larger frame just sort of give up from the start because they think, oh, I'm never going to find something that fits or that I like or that's fashionable? Well, what words of advice do you have for them?
They get frustrated.
Yep.
And then I always tell them, when we get you in the fitting room, we're going to forget size for the moment. And we're just going to work on what styles are flattering to your body shape. I think once you get them in there and you have them try on clothing, they're amazed, because usually they come in their sweatsuits. And I think that is not the most attractive look for larger women, because it just clings to their body shape.
Well, I just want to deviate for 1 second. Given that most of us are in hard times and that on this show we're basically talking to people who are unemployed, I'm sure a lot of people have worries about, well, how am I going to find money to, you know, to find these nice clothes when I have so many other things to take care of? So how does one balance budget with the need to still look your best?
I think one of the things that a smart shopper wants to do is go through your closet, assess what your needs are. Then if you decide that you're the outlet type shopper, for those of us that have AAA, if you go to their main offices at the outlets, sometimes they have discount passes to give you for certain stores.
Right.
Or if you like to go to the malls, before you go shopping, look online for discount specials for stores.
Right.
And take them all. Just print them all off, take them all, put them in an envelope, and then you don't have to say to the girl, do you have anything special going on today in the store?
Right. And what about this new trend, Barbara, of clothing swaps or whatever they're called?
You know what?
What's your thought
I
on
just
that?
saw a show on that.
Yeah.
I think that's a great
Isn't
idea.
I went to one in Worcester, and it's fabulous because you take what you don't want, and your rejects are somebody else's treasures.
Right.
So, you know, it goes back to the point that you don't have to have a budget. There are other ways of finding nice clothes.
And I have a feeling now that we have hit upon some hard times in the economy, and I mean, in my closet alone, I've got wonderful things that I've gotten over the years.
Right.
And half of those things I don't wear. So if I went to a clothing swap, someone would be so elated to get them because they're like brand new items.
Totally, totally. Barbara, would you like to, we've got to be wary of our time, unfortunately. Would you like to talk a little bit about accessories? Because sometimes people tend to overdo the accessories.
Yeah, I think the thing to keep in mind is if you have a small waist, then find belts that are in proportion to your waist and to the type of outfit that you have on. Today I just am showing like a skinny belt with a little bit of silver. I don't want it too tacky. I think if it's too tacky, people will say, what kind of outfit does she have on? And jewelry, I think nice gold, nice silver, nice pearls, because those are classic things that never go out of style. And
but keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
No dangly earrings for an interview, no flashy, you know, no flashy stuff, basically.
Keep it simple.
Right. And of course, men don't have that issue. But what are some of the other don'ts? Because we know what the do's are, but what are some of the other absolute don'ts?
I think what you want to do is to take a look at that outfit. Put it on 3 times. If it's still not hitting right with you, then you got to scratch it and go out and start again, even though it might be one of your newest outfits.
Right.
Because you don't want to wear an outfit where every time you put it on, there's something about that outfit that doesn't look right.
Got to go with your instincts, because you know when you're looking good, basically.
Right.
Most of us do. There was one other thing you said, which I think is a very good tip for people out there, and that's always have your interview outfit ready to go, almost hanging there on the door so that you can just jump into it and go.
My tip is when you have that interview the night before, lay it all out, because then that also takes that anxiety away. So the next morning you get up, you shower, do your hair, your makeup, and then that outfit is there ready for you to put on, and you know it's going to look great.
Right. What else had you wanted to run us through today as we talk about dressing for success? And really,
and I also think one of the things that people have to do when they don't like to do, you got to purge your closet. You got to go through there and say, I need to really reorganize my closet so I have stuff in the closet that I can now wear. If it is too small, please remove it from your closet.
Right.
And if it is too big, then you have to take it and have it taken in.
Right.
And I think people sit there, a lot of women and men, with things that they're not wearing because either
because we become sentimental, or we foolishly think that maybe I'll get back into that size, or whatever our reasons are. But you're right, you've got to be disciplined. There was one other question I wanted to ask you. You've addressed a lot of women's groups in particular on the topic of dressing right. What are some of the most common questions you get asked along the lines of what should I not do?
I think skirts. I think people don't know what length to wear skirts.
Right.
So I always say, well, if you're somebody who's 5'8", I don't think you should go in a mini skirt.
Right.
You should have a skirt that at least touches the knee or slightly below.
Right.
And then if you're short, the same thing with the skirt, you're probably going to have it taken up just a little bit.
And for men, are there any particular don'ts? For instance, what about ties that are too gaudy?
With men, the biggest don't is do not wear horizontal stripes if you're short.
Right. Basic
because
rule,
it cuts the man's.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Barbara, for sharing your insights and your valuable advice. We know, unfortunately, that you yourself are unemployed, so I really do hope that you find the kind of job you're looking for, which obviously is in this area which you love, and you love helping people out too. So I hope you're able to find a job that combines these two talents of yours. So we wish you all the very best.
And thank you for having me today.
Thank you.